YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel, Vancouver Housing Crisis Update. Really, really important. I'm here at the shop. I want to share this with you guys. Why housing pessimism is hurting the Canadian dollar. This is a really good one. Mind you, I'm reading through the screen, so it's a bit tougher to read. Many factors are driving the Canadian dollar lower despite its petrocurrency moniker, which would normally suggest the loonie should be rising along with crude oil prices. Higher interest rates in the United States, a stronger American dollar, and weak economic data at home are chief among them. However, one portfolio manager argues growing expectations for 2017 being the year Canada's nearly decade-long housing boom comes to an end, also weighing on its currency. And then it goes to say, that is a big part of it, Len Stein, senior portfolio manager at VestCap Investment Management, told BNN early Wednesday. When you look at the Canadian economy, I was stunned that 7% of the economy is related to housing. 7% is related to housing, not exports, not production, housing related activity. And it's been like that for the past 7 years. It starts too slow, and we are losing one of the key growth drivers in the economy, and I think it's also coming into the fray. The Great Canadian Short. Short the banks, short the housing-related stocks that may be slipping into the dollar as well. But I think we are putting a long-term economic hopes on short-term phenomena, Stein says. So I read a few articles from Stein here, and he's a pretty good analyst on this, and it's really good what's happening. Royal LePage also a few articles on them too. Royal LePage accepts prices in the Vancouver market, in particular, where single detached home prices have risen 40% in the past year, to post double-digit declines in the next year as prices now have far surpassed growth. Other fundamental economic yardstick, such as average income, Canada's largest real estate services provider expects Toronto, the other especially hot Canadian housing market, to post relatively the flat real estate prices in 2017, or possibly even fall slightly. Various recent government interventions take effect. So this is a really good one. Listen to what they say here, right here. Taxing home buyers in Vancouver area who are not Canadian citizens, permanent residents, was among the most dramatic inventions made by British Columbia government in August. Though Stein points out lower Canadian dollar could attract more foreign money into the Canadian housing, thereby bolstering the price growth. So could our dollars definitely. So that's the point there. Let me read this little part here. When your dollar is low and become on sale, and smart investor with all this liquidity that is coming out of the bond market and looking for a home, why not own a home in Toronto, a home in Vancouver, or a home in Ottawa as an alternative asset? And that is what we are seeing, Stein says. He argues, however, that pondering whether that will prove enough to offset any declines from the domestic buyers is missing far more significant risk poses to the overall Canadian economy. Then he goes on to say, we are putting a lot of responsibility on very narrow sector, and that, to me, is the bigger problem, he said. 20 years ago, we were talking about low loonie and how great it was for manufacturing. He actually had manufacturing economy back then, and we did not have today. That's what I talk about all the time, guys. Manufacturing, production, exportations. If we lose strength, we could really pull the rug under the only pillar that is working in Ontario right now. In 2015, 86,000 new jobs were created in Ontario, according from data statistics. Nearly half those positions, 40,500, were specially related to real estate sales, housing, leasing data. Vancouver, meanwhile, topped the recent global ranking of U.S. Globe cities most vulnerable for housing correction. So let me know what you guys think about this. I keep telling you guys the same thing over and over like a broken record. The economy cannot be based off housing. It never was. Now it's become a commodity, so people don't have to invest in risky markets and stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I'll leave a link to this article. And would it refuel foreign buyers?